Hi there, Scott from Wessex Blades. This is the main video for the Combat Stress Raffle. The main prize that's on offer is this camp knife, sheath and ferro rod. I'll get onto the benefactors in a minute, but this is the main video to which you put your comments I'm in. This is the one where I acknowledge the payments that you've made and I'll say yes, accepted. This is the one that it all stems from, so please don't start going on Facebook Messenger, please don't start trying to DM me on Instagram, please don't try and go in on emails. Let's keep it please in one area so I got a chance to be able to collate all the necessary admin so I can be up front as possibly can with this event. Okay, so I'll get onto the rules later on, but what I want to do is not just the fact of raising money. I also want to raise as much awareness for Combat Stress as a charity. So I'm going to go through a few little points on their history and what they're doing, so at least you've got an idea of where it's going to and why we're doing it. Okay, now after the First World War, there wasn't any real appreciation of the stress involved with combat. The term being shell-shocked, ex-servicemen were getting little or no attention. So the ex-servicemen, if I get it right, Ex-Servicemen Welfare Society was started out in 1919. About a year later they got a centre started up, and they were doing some occupational therapy in order to get these ex-servicemen trying to deal with the stress and the anxiety, and they were doing occupational therapy, basket weaving. Okay, now that was 1919, and it's as the realization of the post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, stress, anger management, and all those other qualities are getting more appreciated, so does charities evolve with it. So if I read out a few things now, what they're doing in order to help ex-servicemen and women with anxiety and depression, they're offering outdoor pursuits, exercise, occupational therapy, art therapy. Okay, so it's moving with the times, and one thing I like about this charity is they've got a breakdown of where the money goes and what it stands for in terms of admin and the outcomes of what their occupational therapies are. So that's Combat Stress. I shall leave a link in the description box where you could then, if you feel the need, you can go onto their site. You can then purchase fleeces, sort of hoodies, you can do t-shirts, or you can just donate straight to them. But the actual the raffle that we're doing, every penny that goes through that PayPal for this event goes to Combat Stress. I'm covering the postage from my end. One of our benefactors with a prize offered, he's posting it from them. He didn't want a penny for that. So when you're giving your £10 and £20 for your tickets and entry numbers, please believe me, everything's going straight to Combat Stress. At the end, when I get the total up, I shall publish a total. I shall then post it through, and whatever the acknowledgement is of the sum that I've given, I will then post as an Instagram post, still in a following video in days to come, of where it is, so it's all above board. Okay, so on to the benefactors. This hunting knife is being offered by someone who wants to remain anonymous. From the emails to and fro over the last few months, it's abundantly clear that this gentleman has served before, is serving now in another capacity, and the care and welfare of ex-servicemen and women is very much on his mind. So it came as no surprise when the outcome of how things were going, when this was offered up for a raffle, I got absolutely no problem doing it for ex-servicemen of that's his wishes, because this guy is true blue. Seriously, that if you were thinking of anything behind all of this, this guy's true blue. All right, so with that in mind, what I'm trying to do is raise as much as I possibly can for the memories of what he's had serving with people alongside him, to honour the fact that he's offered this up, okay, for ex-servicemen, and in general, whatever we can raise, we can make the difference for someone's life. The target of 400 is basically a whole day of therapy, in a certain way of doing it in the centre. And so if that is what the target and we can reach it, then at least we know we've made a difference and something positive can come out of this raffle for somebody. We literally could almost put our fingers on the difference that we can make. So that's one benefactor who wants to remain anonymous. Now, in the flurries of messages in the last 30 hours have put the hours on me, to be quite honest. First, I want to make a mention, a quick one, for Peter Schofield of BA Blades. We were on another conversation piece, another thread entirely, where he's running his business and he's trying to get something else off the ground that I'll cover next week. And on top of that, at the first mention that I was doing something for ex-servicemen, boom, okay, he's offering 2 more extra prizes. So they're coming to me, he's forwarding on to me. As soon as they arrive, I'll have them to move on. Now, one that he's offering up is one of these old hickory knives, so a sort of Dave Canterbury sort of frontiersman type knife, and a big bundle of paracord. We have a bit of discussion about prizes that are suitable, and we're into our paracord as sort of outdoor bushcrafty prepper chaps. So those 2 prizes have really enhanced it, and people's expectations now of the draw have definitely gone up, and he's shared it on his site. So thank you so much, Peter, for diving in there. That was a great sort of gesture, so thank you to Peter for that. And literally in the last 2 hours, Paul Dorr Bushcraft has offered a Viking pouch, so a little belt pouch, okay, like that. I'll leave a still of something very similar. He's got it in stock, but he was out of the day. So again, what I should be offering it from paracord, the old hickory, the belt pouch, and then the knife, and that's the order that I will draw it out at the end. Now, despite the fact that both these guys have not asked for publicity or shout outs, it would be great if you could spend a couple of seconds, if you could find the time, just to say a little word of thanks for their contributions to this event, because it's very much appreciated. And for someone to just donate a stock item around running a business is a great gesture. So if you could, that'd be great. So let's get on to the rules of the raffle. And I want to keep this as simple as I possibly can, and this is why I mentioned at the beginning. There's so many ways on social media now to get in contact with someone. We got Facebook Messenger, Facebook Video, YouTube, emails, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and all that. And please, it's to this video that we leave our comments for your entry, because to try and collate all of the information at the end is going to be quite, it's something I want to put a lot of attention to, so we get it right. So the entries are, it's £10 per entry. So if you want one entry into it, so that'll be your name put on the list as number 2, number 4, number 6, whatever. Don't choose your numbers. I'm just going to put you in the order, and whatever it comes up at the number generators is whatever. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possibly can for me, and without doing jumbles of different numbers. So one entry is £10, 2 entries is £20. All entrants please over 18, because there's 2 knives on, and it's a little bit odd if I was only after the belt pouch, because if you weren't packed I got to draw again. So all entrants over 18 please. So to enter, please like and share this video somewhere, okay, to try and raise awareness. I mean, obviously for combat stress, this is what I'm trying to do. It's like everything else when I'm on a bit of a campaign, I'm trying to raise awareness. So please like, please share, and then leave a comment so that there is an element of skill within this. This is how we get around the, it's not a sort of lottery thing, of the descriptions of combat stress. All you got to do is write something that has come from that. So an element of their history, an element of what they've done for the rehabilitation and the services and the activities that they provide in your answer. So I'm in, combat stress formed in, and that's fine. I'm in, combat stress to offer something for anxiety. That is your entry. I'm in, and then a little bit of a line, a few words on something that I said earlier about combat stress. Okay, that imparts an element of skill. So we've covered that as a thing. And then I'm in for 1 or I'm in for 2 entries. And obviously 1 entry is £10, 2 entries is 20. Okay, nice and simple. The PayPal address is in the description box below. It's not a Wessex Blades one, it's my old bassfuryvi yahoo.co.uk. Please make it out family and friends, so I'm not detracting from the total. But say that PayPal address, please get it right. It's not Wessex Blades, it's my old Bass Fury. It'll be open until about 8 o'clock Tuesday night. So I've got enough time to get on with other things. Collate it as it's going and get back to you on your entries. As I said, I will write it down in the order they arrive in my PayPal box, if that makes sense, because you could say I'm in, and then I could have a disconcerted order of things as comments and entries in PayPal. So the order that it arrives in PayPal is the order that I write it down in. So when I go anywhere for, if I had an audit, it's in order. And once they're all written down, I'm going to use random.org for the prizes. I shall draw for the paracord, I shall draw for the old hickory knife, I shall draw for the Viking belt pouch, and I also draw for the knife. Now if someone comes up and they win 2 prizes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate, if someone won the paracord and then won the old hickory, I shall allocate that person who's won 2 the higher prize and then redraw for the lower one. That way we spread the prizes out about the most amount of people possible, so most people benefit. So if you end up winning 2 or more prizes, just because you've bought 2 tickets or 3 tickets or whatever, you will get the highest one that comes up on your names. Okay, so in fairness, you get an ascending prize and someone else will get the one that you've ascended from. And then obviously once I'm able to ascertain who's won what, I shall let you know. And then the knives prizes, you've got a few days to get your ID sorted if I haven't met you and I haven't done an ID already, and get your addresses sent through. Should somebody be trying to pull a fast one and they don't send ID, I shall simply do another video and redraw for that prize, because, you know, it's not that difficult to do ID. Okay, so those are the rules, as it were. Really quickly, please keep all the comments on this video, and, you know, keep it simple. It's the Bass Fury PayPal. It's £10 per entry. If you win more than 1, you ascend, and the previous one goes to somebody else. But I really want you to, you know, maybe give a nod out to Mr. Anonymous, because this is a fabulous piece of kit that he has bequeathed to the raffle, and if we can raise that 400 or more, it's going to be a great result. So thanks for your time. Please check out Combat Stress. I'll leave you the address down underneath, and if you can raise any money yourself doing anything else, that would be great. But let's try and hit that big 400. Scott from Wessex Blades out.